Sean Sewell with the Engearment.com podcast coming at you from Jones Pass. It's been, 2-3 years since I've done a podcast from Jones Pass. So this is a lot of fun. It is November 4th, 2025. And I'm doing some video, of course, as I always do with the podcast. And this is particularly probably the best scenery of at least the last year for a podcast. So hopefully if you are watching, you appreciate the snow-capped mountains back there. The sun just set. We have the alpenglow. I'll show you the alpenglow. Oh yeah, there's our tent. That's where we're sleeping tonight. Our dog Chloe's in the truck right there, taking a little disco nap. Yeah, and there's the alpenglow right about there. All right, it's been the longest amount of time delayed for a podcast since I started shooting these podcasts, many years ago. And really I have no excuse for that. Been busy for sure, but I think the last one was in June. And that one was months since the last one, so I really got to be better about this. We have had requests to do podcasts with a lot of really great people, and we will do those in the future. We have one coming up here in 2 weeks. Aaron Trail, the director of Stoke for Trails, will have a podcast with a great athlete here November, I think 14th is when they're going to shoot that one. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to interview Tara from, formerly of Chile Sleep. She has a new company for sleep science. Pat Flynn as well, probably Brett Jones, and several outdoor companies. Primaloft reached out to work together to do an exclusive. Gore-Tex as well. So we'll have the outdoor industry represented, some fitness industry stuff, and then some, personal stuff sprinkled in, because I think we live a pretty interesting life. All the people on the Engearment team, I'd like to share that with you. I'm not even going to bother trying to recap you on reviews like I used to do. You probably have seen, if you are a fan of the Engearment.com website, there's been about a review per day, which is amazing. All the brands you can think of are on there. Aaron Trails spearheaded that, taking over the website, so I don't have to. On YouTube, Clay Farnsley, Devin Dowd, Ryan Humphreys, and others, Kai Rickards especially, and Aaron Trail, as well as myself, have done some video reviews, about probably 5 per week. I've tried to slow it down a little bit because we were coming in pretty hot and heavy there, like at least once a day, if not twice a day. So I'm trying to slow it down a little bit so it's not overwhelming for you all. I'd love to hear some feedback on whether you like the hot and heavy, or if you like the consistent, or if you like, 3 times a week. Problem with that is we have so much gear we are reviewing that it's hard to slow down to 3 days a week. It is also cold where I am. I am camping. I don't know if you saw in the beginning of the video, but there's my rooftop tent, the Thule 3-person. And just to give you a little behind the scenes, there is a stack of gear I'm shooting videos on in the morning from the North Face, Patagonia, Arc'teryx, BCA. There's a diesel heater, Obermeyer, a whole bunch. Right there is a pair of boots from Danner. They're really nice and warm. And on the hood, we're working with Duracell to shoot a video on their $30, I can't believe it's only a $30 lantern that's solar powered, as well as can charge your phone with the Q power. And these really amazing steel, carbide, lugged boots from a Swedish company called Icebug. So those are pretty amazing. All right, so a little bit more background behind why it's been 4 months since the last podcast. Things have been great. Things are growing with Engearment. Things are growing also with our fitness brand, Colorado Personal Fitness and Mountain Fitness School. We actually built a new gym, Axistence Athletics 2.0, with our fellow Engearment riders, Amir and Ryan Humphreys, as well as Devin Dowd and Clay have helped out with this project. And that was literally 2 full months nonstop, no days off, to build a new gym and transition into the facility without any lapse in coverage. That's unheard of. Usually there's a lapse. We had maybe 8 hours off Sunday night into Monday morning. So pretty impressive feat. And that took its toll personally on me. I didn't take any time to do personal stuff this summer. Very little. I shouldn't say any. I did have some nice time with my nieces. I have the 4 nieces that I talk about all the time. Went down to Durango, Colorado. Did the $1 Million Highway, going into Silverton and Ouray. Had a great time, but that was it. I took 2 days off to be with the family, my in-laws. Other than that, it's been go, go, go. So we're up here camping at Jones Pass. You saw a rooftop tent. So it's really nice to have some time to recharge, as well as do some work. I'm a workaholic. I love to provide and serve. So my dog Chloe's sleeping in the back of the truck after a nice little hike. And I will probably join here in about 2 hours after the sun's completely gone. it's so wild. Daylight savings time, it feels like 5:40, but it's really just 4:40. And you can tell with the lighting right here. We have a lot of things upcoming. I know last time I talked about OMA. So we have that lined up for this winter, where we'll be previewing things for later in the year as well as 2027. Is that right? My gosh, yeah. We only have like a month and a little over 8 weeks until next year, 2026. This year seems like it flew by, probably for you guys as well. It did fly by. There's a lot of fun projects we're working on. The tip of the spear here, the thing that I'm most focused on, is the 8th annual Beacon Bash. And I know I always do a podcast about the Beacon Bash, and if you haven't heard about the Beacon Bash, I'll do my elevator pitch to you now. The Beacon Bash is a free, non-sponsored event that is for backcountry curious splitboarders, skiers, snowshoers, snowmobilers, or really anybody who recreates in the backcountry, hunters. It's a place for you to learn what a beacon, probe, and shovel are. If you know what those are, it's a place for you to practice your skill sets. We'll have beacon parks, multiple beacon parks set up so you can practice your search and your probe and your digging skills. We'll have professional guides on hand doing demonstrations of how to use these tools, as well as what they carry in their backpacks, as well as single and multiple person burial rescue situations. We'll also have rescue dogs there. We've often had rescue dogs at the events. That's a big hit. Kids love it. And sometimes we bury kids in the snow and have the dogs rescue them. That's pretty entertaining. Probably do that this year if we can get enough snow. This one will be hosted at Loveland Ski Basin on November 15th, 2025. They're actually making snow for us right now. We will have food trucks. We will have a coffee truck for my friend Alicia. We will have tons of vendors. I think we have like 42 confirmed with their certificate of insurance. I think 60 that want to participate in the parking lot there. And that's full on, like, think of it as like a farmer's market for backcountry skiing. It's tents set up with people talking about their products, offering discounts on things. And then you have food trucks and you have coffee. And we have beer. We got a ton of beer. If you drink, we have a lot of beer. If not, we have a lot of NA as well. No worries, we got you covered. Again, this is our 8th year doing it at the Front Range. We've done about 25 of these total at different parts of the country. We will have more Beacon Bashes in other parts of the country. For sure, we have Ski Santa Fe lined up for, I believe, the 4th year now. And that'll be next year, 2026, and I'll give you dates once we have that confirmed. We'll have one in, I think, Silverton or Telluride, somewhere down there, and a couple more across the western coast. I think one in Seattle, possibly one in Oregon. I'll keep you updated on that, but for sure the Beacon Bash Front Range is happening November 15th, 2025, and it's free. Again, it's a totally free event where you can come and practice your skills or learn how the beacon, probe, and shovel work. And then we have a massive raffle. If you know Engearment, you know this channel, you know the reach we have. Reach out to a lot of companies. We have skis, splitboards, snowboards, Area Level 1, Area Level 2. That's American Institute of Avalanche Research and Education. My jaw's getting cold. It is, the sun is set, it's cold where we are camping. But that is the education you want. You want level 1, level 2 in companion rescue. If you want to give yourself the best chance for success, recreated in the backcountry. The reason we started the Beacon Bash in the first place wasn't to start a nonprofit, which it is, a 501c3 nonprofit. We just wanted to get a couple friends together, like 6 or 8 of us together in a parking lot of Berthoud Pass in November when it's covered in snow, and practice our beacon skills before we start to get into backcountry season. So I have a backcountry ski group that Aaron Rose and some other colleagues help run called Colorado Backcountry Ski and Snowboard. It might be the biggest backcountry group in the US. If not, it's probably top 3. I think we have 22,000 members in it right now. We just randomly put out on that Facebook group, hey, anybody want to meet Berthoud parking lot on this date and bury some beacons and practice some skills and have some sandwiches? Over 100 people replied. So it was too many to do a legal event at Berthoud Pass. You have to have permits and Forest Service and all that. So Winter Park, of all places, the ski resort, wasn't open quite yet. They caught wind of it and they offered us their parking lot. So we did it at Winter Park for a few years. And then to get to Winter Park from Denver and from other places, you have to cross what's called Berthoud Pass. And oftentimes they'll get shut down because of avalanche mitigation, or avalanches just happen naturally. And then people couldn't get to the Beacon Bash. So we moved it to Loveland Ski Area, which is even closer to Denver and closer to I-70, the main highway going through Colorado. And so chances of that closing are a whole lot less than Berthoud Pass, which is a smaller state highway, US 40. So that wasn't because we didn't like Winter Park. We loved working with Winter Park. They threw down. The city council actually met and had a special meeting to approve us to have the Beacon Bash there. They waived all the fees for permits. They brought in Red Bull with a DJ. They brought in a band with a stage with fireworks. Like, they're great to work with, but the logistics of getting people to the actual event sometimes didn't work. So hence we're at Loveland, and Loveland's been great to work with. They provide volunteers to make sure the event goes smoothly, volunteers to clean up trash, volunteers to pour beer for you. Pretty cool. So anywho, long pitch for the Beacon Bash, but that's my little baby right there with Wade Lancaster, Will Coleman, Brian McCarthy, and Rayma, all also Engearment riders. Imagine that. And also all splitboarders. Kind of something fun to ponder on right there. Nothing against backcountry skiers. We just happen to be all splitboarders. It's kind of funny. Projects we're working on. You might have recently seen the Patagonia Pow Slayer kit. Was super jazzed to be among the first to cover that. I was actually watching football a couple weeks ago and I saw an ad for the Pow Slayer kit. And I was like, what? Blew my mind, and it was super cool you Google it and like, it's Patagonia, then it's Engearment for the review, which is pretty cool. Not to be outdone, the North Face caught wind and sent over their top of the line East Wall jacket. So I'm actually gonna do a preview video on that here in the morning when the lighting's better. Working on some stuff with Danner, got some cool boots. I showed you the Ice Bug studded boots. There's too much to try and rattle off in a podcast. It's just not going to happen. But things are good. Hopefully you haven't forgotten about us, podcast-wise at least. It's crazy to think about too. Like, we're not very big in America for this podcast, but outside of America, we're like number 9 in Japan, number 1 in Nepal, number 1 in Estonia, number like 8 in France, number, I don't know, 14 in Netherlands. Like, it's really well received. I have no idea why it's not bigger in the US, and I honestly don't care. I don't do it for numbers. I don't make any money off this. I have no incentive other than to talk to you or show you what we're up to and like just share the stoke and interact with you guys. One of my favorite things about Engearment is not the gear. It's not testing the gear. It's the interaction with you, the audience. I learned so much more from you guys than you probably learned from me and our Engearment team. I don't know everything. Our team does not know everything. We are just simply people who like to go outside. We have some pretty cool gear, usually before it's live to the public, and we want to go use it, show you how we used it, give you our thoughts on it. That's about it. We're not paid well, some of us are paid athletes. Erin Trails on Team USA, she's number 9 in the world for triathlons. I don't know if she gets paid for that though. But anywho, we're all just regular people with real day jobs. I run a gym when I'm not doing these videos, and have an online coaching business. It's all just basically interns, right? We're not paid. We're just really passionate people who want to help you learn about the outdoors. And oftentimes we learn more from you guys, like I said, because people will comment. We love the comments. 95% of the comments are very helpful. About 5% are not as helpful, I'll be honest. So that's pretty low ratio. Most people have like a higher ratio of bad to good. We are fortunately in the good to bad ratio. So I'll take that all day long. And a lot of you become fans and actually friends. I've met a lot of you in person. Like, for example, last Saturday we had a fall festival in our neighborhood, and I'm in line to get coffee from the coffee person who'll be at the Beacon Bash. And I have my Engearment hat on, and a person right behind me is like, "Are you Sean from Engearment and you work with Patagonia and do jacket reviews?" I was like, "Yeah," and then we hit it off and met his wife and dog and all that stuff, and it was just a beautiful small world, and that happens pretty often, and it will never get old. It will never be lost on me. It will never be lost on our Engearment teammates. We love you guys. We love interacting with you guys, and appreciate the 11 years plus of support for Engearment.com, the Engearment YouTube channel, and I forget, maybe 5 or 6 or 7 years for the Engearment podcast, which you're listening to or watching right now. And also, you know, people have given me good tips on companies to work with. There's a lot that I don't know again. So if you have something that you would like us to look into, we would love to find out and reach out to that company and work with them, especially if they're a smaller company. I'm a small business myself. I want to support other small businesses. Not that the big ones aren't doing their part to be good, but we all started somewhere. Patagonia started with chicken coop in the backyard. North Face started a small place. Backcountry.com started in a garage. I started in my second living room or second bedroom training. Like, we all start somewhere, right? So we just want to support smaller businesses too. Hopefully that comes across. Okay, I'm going to end this podcast because my fingers are purple and I need to eat my chicken and walk my dog. All right, Sean Sewell, Engearment.com podcast. Hope you found this helpful. Until next time, take care.